Hey guys, it's Timothy here. We're doing a hour of Devastation draft. I don't know if I'm actually going to post the matches for this net. I'll decide whether they're interested in it enough or not. If they're just really uninterested or whatnot, I won't. But we're going to take the Locust God. I haven't played with this card yet, but it seems awesome. If I wasn't taking the Locust God, I'd probably take Ambuscade. I just think it's straight up the best common in the set by far. Close to Open Fire, but slightly better in my opinion. There's also Fervent Paincaster, which is okay, but not great. But we're going to draft this bad boy and see if we can get there. It's probably the worst of the three gods when it comes to limited, but it's still pretty insane. We are not going to follow up with Swarm Intelligence. Countervailing Winds. Oh, there's an Open Fire. That's perfect. If it weren't for Open Fire, I'd probably take Ramanop Ruins. I value the deserts really highly, and I think this is one of the best ones. Blur Blades is actually a lot better than it looks as well. Appeal to Authority is really only good if you're exactly green-white, or if you're able to splash one half and you're able to go wide enough. Ronus' Stalwart is also probably just the second best common for green, specifically after Ambuscade. I do think Open Fire is the second best common in the whole set after Ambuscade. This pack's fine. Swarm Intelligence is unplayable, even though there could be some cool decks. We're going to go and take Open Fire here. Not too much to argue about there. Super happy. Ooh, Torment of Hailfire. Now, that's interesting. I do think this card is better than I gave it credit for when it came out. I'm probably going to take Sunset Pyramid. I don't know if I'm overvaluing this card, but I think it's really good. I do want to be kind of blue-red, which is why I'm not really pushing myself towards Torment of Hailfire. Not too interested in either of these, even though they're both highly playable cards. I could take Tragic Lesson or Strategic Planning, but keep in mind Sunset Pyramid is just, versatile card. I like it in pretty much any deck, and it does draw cards, which I didn't even think about. It can draw cards for the Locust God, which is pretty sweet. Other than that, I'm not too interested in much else going here. This also keeps me a little more open in case I need to move out of the color. Looks like red's pretty open, red and white. Imminent Doom, again, another unplayable rare. Sorry if you opened that. Unquenchable Thirst is fine. We're going to end up being a control shell anyway. Frontline Devastator would be a lot better if I wanted to attack here, but this lends itself to a more control and play style. Looks like blue may not be as open. Then there's Inferno Jet, which I haven't actually played with or against yet, but there are times where if I had one or if my opponent had one, I would have just died to it. So I imagine Inferno Jet's like a decent game finisher. Probably not what we want here, another 6-drop. I'm going to go with Unquenchable Thirst. I think it's fine. And then, I don't know, red is kind of open, so I should get more red. Blue might not be, but we shall see. Could also splash the Locust God if we end up being red X or something like that. For instance, here, Torment of Venom is definitely the best card in the pack, but I don't think black's particularly open, so I don't know if I want to take it. Firebrand Archer. I'm not in love with one toughness creatures in this format. I think they're a huge liability. I'm probably between Cunning Survivor and Strategic Planning. Not much else. God, white is super open though. Maybe I should just shift into white and like not get married to my first two picks here, but I don't know. Dauntless Haven and Vizier of the True are both very good cards. If there was a desert in the pack, I would probably take it here. I'm leaning towards Strategic Planning, although I have 0 real creatures in my deck. So we do want to be kind of a control shell. Yeah, I can probably get a Strategic Planning late if I need to. I don't really think this card's very good. A lot of people talk about it, but I don't think it's amazing. I am going to take Desert of the Mindful here. I'm pretty happy to have that. Note that like these Cyclone Deserts are pretty good too. Um, just in general with the Locust God, anything that cycles is going to be pretty good with it, but this card's great. Lethal Sting's good too, and Sandblast as well. I could have a very good white deck. This is also the second unconventional tactics I've seen, which is really good if you end up specifically in a zombie deck. But let's go and snipe this desert. I do like to have a couple of those in my deck. Here's that strategic planning. I do not like Seer of the Last Tomorrow. And maybe red wasn't open. Also, reason to believe I'm not too keen on either. Just because like reason's not really worth a whole card by itself, and believe has the chance of just like straight up missing or getting you a creature that's not really worth the 5 mana you spent on it. It is a bonus to the Scry 3, but I don't think the front half of it's good enough as it is that you really care. And take strategic plan. And I think I'd rather just have the selection of 3 cards rather than which one call unsummon. I am happy to pick up an unsummon here. It's just a nice defensive or proactive card if you need to be in either of those decks. Looks like, I don't know, black not really getting good signals here. That unconventional tactics came back. This is the pack I opened. Probably going to go with, well, I could go with Thorn Moloch here. I do like having a Traveler's Amulet, but right now I don't need to splash. Thorn Moloch's fine if I end up being like more of a aggressive red-blue deck rather than a defensive red-blue deck, which I could end up being with like Cunning Survivor and whatnot. I'm going to go and take this. It's a fine attacker. It's a 3-drop. Granitic Titan or Traveler's Amulet. I think I want the Titan here just as a cycler. Yeah, I'm going to take that over the Amulet, which I'm perfectly fine playing. Oh, Strategic Planning came back. I don't know. This Angel of the Godfair is just a pretty good sign that white's open. That's a good card. I'm hoping not to play 2 Strategic Plannings, but we shall see. If I get an Enigma Drake or something like that, I'll be more open to it. Yep, in case you didn't know, white is open. But we did not follow that signal as we should. Instead, we completely ignored it, stuck to our first pick, and we'll see if we get punished for that or not. But what am I going to do? Pass these? Like, as much as people, like, rave about them. God Pharaoh's Faithful. Nah, someone can play with that. Take Disposal Mummy. Who knows? You might splash for it. Ooh, Traveler's Amulet came last pick anyway. I don't mind playing the first Traveler's Amulet in most decks. Like, I'm not tied to red here. I could splash Open Fire and Locust God. Countervalent Winds is not a bad pickup either. That card's a little better than it looks because it does cycle. Uh, nice. If we had moved into white, this would be the easy pick here. Abandoned Sarcophagus. As much as I want to try this card, it's like the type of card you have to first pick for it to be really good. So what I'm looking at here is Aerial Guide or Puncture and Blow. If I want to be more aggressive, Aerial Guide is the pick, and if I want to be more defensive and more controlling, Puncture and Blow is the pick. Not to mention, this is just like a really good card against the gods in general, but I don't recommend you draft around mythic rares until you know you're playing against them. I'm thinking of just, how's my removal looking so far? Just Open Fire and Unsummon. I think I'm going to take Aerial Guide. I think it's just the best blue common in the set. It works really nicely with, I don't know, Thorn Moloch if that's my game plan. I should decide whether I want to be offensive or defensive. Puncture and Blow, it's kind of tough to see which of these is a better card. Obviously, like, these 2 cards right here, maybe even, like, these top 4 cards, all of the uncommons and the rare just fit in super aggro decks. I'm going to take Aerial Guide here. I do not like Ipnu Rivulet, whatever the heck that's supposed to be. We have another Unquenchable Thirst. We have a Manticore Eternal, which is an aggressive card. I do like it. I'm not playing Kindled Fury, and I would play a Tragic Lesson, but I don't need to, like, do a lot of work to make that happen. I did take the first Unquenchable Thirst. If I really wanted a desert, this would be my pick. Like, if I had a Sand Strangler, I might consider picking this up right now. Ooh, another Resolute Survivor. Someone's going to have just a sick red-white deck. I'm going to take the Manticore, and I think I'm leaning more towards just being kind of an aggressive deck here. Which might just mean another Manticore is the pick. Unquenchable Thirst is good. Gilded Ceradon's better if I have more deserts. But as is, I think Manticore Eternal is probably a better card than Gilded Ceradon. And this is why I love Unsummon, because Unsummon fits defensively and offensively. Ooh, nice picks here. So I have Kenner Scrapper or Sinuous Striker, both of which are just solid 3-drops. This is a little more aggressive. It deals more damage, but Sinuous Striker gives you more late game utility because it has Eternalize. I think I'm going to go with Striker here and ignore pretty much everything else in the pack. Although I do really like Kenner Scrapper. I think this card's a little bit better, and it's Solemnity. Woo! Yeah. All right. I forgot what I was saying about the Striker, but I like having a couple Eternalized creatures. Spellweaver Eternal does lend itself pretty nicely to this kind of deck that I'm building. It's better than Firebrand Archer, even though it is a 1 toughness creature, and you do have to watch out for playing too many of those. There are a lot of ways to punish them. There's cards like Blur of Blades. There's Bane Whip Punisher. There are just a lot of ways to like ping off little 1 toughness creatures, and it feels real bad when it happens to you. So kind of draft with that in mind. Farm to Market would be great. There's Unsummon, Aerial Guide, Jace's Defeat would be a fantastic sideboard card, but I think I'd rather just have another Aerial Guide here. Just a very good main deck card rather than a really good sideboard card, because on average you'll probably board this in 1 time. Like, in a 3 round or yeah 3 round tournament, you might play against the mirror match 1, 2 times on average, and this will be very good when it happens. But I'd rather just have a good main deck card, and we do want to be just hitting the opponent super fast here, I think. Magmaroth. This is the perfect kind of deck for Magmaroth. I haven't actually tested this card yet, but it seems sweet. We are kind of like a pseudo prowess deck. We want a couple more like tricks and spells. I wouldn't mind the Unquenchable Thirst. I would like to pick up maybe one more Cyclone Desert, specifically the red one. Hoopo! Not today, buddy. I'm not too excited about any of these picks. I'm fine with these just being my top end. I don't think I need to go on the Ceradon. Can I splash Hoopo off of Traveler's Amulet? I probably can. And I think it's enough better to have this in my deck with, like, I don't know, 2 sources of getting it than it is to have, like, one of these random creatures. Yeah, I'm taking Hoopo. I'm going to get greedy, guys. Not to... it's a little ambitious, but Hoopo plus Locust God. Geez, both these guys wield? Are you guys kidding me? Oh, man, these are solid. I would... I would take these. Well, then again, keep in mind like how stacked these packs were for white. So there's probably only 2 white players at the table, and they just keep getting packs that are stacked. So I'm gonna take this. I don't know. Maybe you board that in against aggressive matches. Ooh, okay. So we have a wheeled desert that's not very good. I have one thing that cares about deserts. Yeah, I'm gonna go and take Tragic Lesson here. It's just another spell. I will take Gilded Ceradon here, but I probably won't play it. I'll take Kindled Fury before I take the third strategic plan, and remember, I don't really want to play the second one as is. Take another Ceradon. I don't even know if we're going to play Michael Ceradon here. Ooh, Jace's Defeat. Nice. That is a fantastic sideboard card. It really is. Very good against blue decks, just as with all of them, minus Nissa's Defeat. Nissa's Defeat's pretty bad, but I don't know. Some people think you should take them highly, but if they're in a pack where you have a good main deck card, I recommend just taking the main deck card, but hell, what do I know? A lot of people, I think, would like, I don't know, pass up the opportunity for the second aerial guide to have Jace's Defeat, but I don't think that's right. Okay. Oh, God. Triple Omnicat. I never opened this card. This is the 4th time I've opened it since Hour of Devastation's come out. This pack is very good. Glorybringer, I'm hoping to get back. Like, we could get Bloodrage Brawler, Labyrinth Guardian, Aven Initiate, Talkrop Skirmisher, River Serpent, Evolving Wilds, Emberhorn Minotaur. That's 7 other cards. We're definitely getting something back from this pack. Not to mention, these are all just 3 solid cards here. This pack is stacked. Man, look at this. Wayward Servant for the zombie deck. Just all of these picks for us. I wonder which one we're going to get back. I'm kind of hoping we get Bloodrage Brawler, but I don't know. I would be fine with any of these, and I'd probably play most of them, but we're going to take Glorybringer. We're going to put it in the deck. We're definitely not playing Gilded Ceradon now. We have Naga Oracle, ooh, Deemworthy, or Cartouche of Knowledge. This pack's very good, too. Plague Belcher, Trial of Ambition, Final Reward. Well, it's good for black, and it's decent for us. I don't know, like, Cartouche actually seems really good in this pack. Like, it's super good with some of our 2-drops, but I think I'm just going to be greedy and take Deem Worthy. This card's good. It's very good. It's kind of a 4-mana play. I almost always want to cycle it, but Illusory Wrappings. Do we want Nimble Blade Kenra? Do we want another kind of mediocre 2-drop? I don't think so. But Illusory Wrappings not great either. These cards are kind of mediocre. How many 2-drops do we have? We want to be aggro. We want 2-drops. I don't know. I'm going to... I think I'll wheel like both of them, but I'm going to go ahead and take the 2-drop here. It does have prowess. It kind of fits with what we want to do. Heckma Sentinels is nice. I think Thresher Lizard's probably better. Crop Skirmisher. This is a close pick between these 3 cards, but I think Thresher Lizard has the higher upside. Just decent altogether. Bantu's Monument. Oh, there's another Cartouche. Fling. Do we want Fling? Nah, I don't think so. Completely forgot we had a Locust God here. We have Locust God and Glorybringer. How? Come on. Thresher Lizard's sweet, but I am going to take Cartouche. I like Cartouche. Oh, Enigma Drake. Oh, what is this? Why would you guys do that? How many spells do we have? 1, 2, 3. Oh, man. 4, 5, 6, 7. Jeez, it's got to be Enigma Drake, right? But Edifice is so good too. One, two. Yeah, we're not wheeling anything. There's no way either of these come back. Edifice is just so good, but I have to take Enigma Drake. I have to. That's such a tough pick there. Those are both fantastic cards, but Pathmaker Initiate's fine. We're gonna have to cut some stuff here. I don't like Flameblade Adept. Ooh, I do like Winds of Rebuke, and I like Floodwaters, and I actually could consider Heaven to Earth as well, especially if we're already going to be cutting a green source in our deck for River Hoopo, but I think I'm just going to stick with my guns and take one of these blue cards here. Probably Winds of Rebuke for the early interaction, although I don't know. Floodwaters seems decent. It cycles. I'm going to keep it on the low end here. We have Unsummon, though. We don't really need Winds of Rebuke. Let's go with Floodwaters. I think that's a fine pick. We might not even play it. Oh, we did get Blood. Wow, we got Blood Rage Brawler back. Binding Mummy came back too. Could also play either of these, but I'm definitely going to play the 4-3 before I play Skirmisher, and River Serpent would be like the absolute last pick card I wanted there. This seems sweet. We've got some good decks. I really wish we picked up maybe one or two more Cyclone Deserts, but we didn't get the opportunity. We just didn't see any. And despite white being super open, I think we got super paid off. We also just opened Glorybringer, but getting that Deem Worthy and Enigma Drake seems awesome. And we are going to have to cut some stuff. I might not play the River Hoopo just so I don't have to play Traveler's Amulet, and then I can kind of focus on the game plan of beating down and getting to 6 mana and just winning the game with my god, but we shall see. And by my god, I don't mean Glorybringer, I mean the Locust God. This card is awesome. These cards are, when you pull them, it feels amazing. But when you play against them, it's very miserable if you can't deal with them right away. I do like Naga Oracle, but it might not make the cut here. Don't care about any of these. I will take the rare for the sideboard, which is probably the worst card in both sets altogether. Probably better than Imminent Doom. I don't know. Skirmisher is not bad. I wonder how much more playable Embalmer's Tools is in with our Devastation. I didn't even really consider it. Shoot, we got a last pick Floodwaters, which makes me kind of sad that we took the other thing, or that we took the other Floodwaters over whatever it is we took it over. All right, let's think about this for a second. So 33 main deck cards. We're going to go ahead and cut Hoopo, and we're going to cut Traveler's Amulet. As sad as that is, I think my card quality is good enough that I don't really need to push it here. I'm going to cut probably one Eternal. Let's see. Don't really want Naga Oracle. I think I want to just be aggressive here. What is? Oh, we took Floodwaters over Winds of Rebuke. I would rather have Winds of Rebuke here. I don't think I'm in love with Granitic Titan here. Doesn't, I mean, it does cycle, but we're not looking to just put another 6-drop in our deck, and we're not looking to just play Cyclone cards for no reason. Cool thing is, when we board into Jace's defeat, we're probably making our Enigma Drake a little bit better. Let's see. Okay, how many 2-drop creatures do we have? Cunning Survivor might be on the cut-in floor. I don't think we're going to be discarding or cycling that much. Like, that's not the actual game plan. And I don't think the card's very good in general. Yeah. Embarrassment of Riches really is what this is. Singular Striker's good. I love having both the aerial guides. Let's go and cut one of these 5-drops here. Even though technically Demorthy is going to be played as a 4-drop. Let's cut one Eternal. Just keep the curve down a little bit. I don't want to just get flooded on 5s. Kindled Fury is not great, but it seems like it could be really good in our deck. Pathmaker Initiate, how good is that in our deck? Top Crop Skirmisher. Let me do a count real quick. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 creatures we could play before turn 2, and I think that's kind of what I want to keep it at, but keep this on the sidelines. I want to play. This looks like it might be a 17 land deck just because I have 5s and 6-drops I want to be casting, but I've also got card advantage. I have Tragic Lesson, I have a couple Cyclors, I have Sunset Pyramid, so I don't think I'm going to get mana screwed too often. I also don't want to get flooded. I have Cartouche to draw cards. So let's play a 16 land deck. That means we need to make 2 more cuts here. Countervailing Winds could be the cut. I don't love this card in an aggressive deck. It's fine. I would rather have Censor or Essence Scatter, but yeah, let's go. Well, we want to keep the spell count decently high for Enigma Drake too, but we don't have to go all in on Enigma Drake. Even if we play it as like, I don't know, a 2/4, that's fine. Let's go and cut Countervail and Winds for now, and then if we feel like we're in a really grindy match where a counterspell is going to do some work, then we'll board into it. Not bad sideboard options either. If we feel like our opponent's going to have a bunch of blockers, we'll bring in the other Eternal. Afflict 3 is so punishing. It just means this creature's unblockable. But one more cut here. I like the guides. Unquenchable Thirst is just fine. We're going to play it. Kindled Fury is kind of the card that's standing out to me as on the chopping block. It's pretty low um, power, but it does trigger prowess. It does help us win combat, but we're going to have ways to make our creatures just evasive anyway. I mean, we have double aerial guide. We have some other flying threats. We have Pathmaker Initiate. We have prowess in general, which can be used as like a pseudo combat trick with other instants. So I think I'm going to cut Kindled Fury, and this will be the deck. Really interested to see what you guys would play here. Let's go and see. It looks like we're pretty much even red and blue. I'm super excited to play this Locust God and Glorybringer in the same deck. That's not what I meant to do. Sort this. I don't play a lot of Moto, so sort by color. Yeah, slightly more blue cards than red cards, but also 2 double red cards, not to mention our double blue card cycle. So we'll do an even split, 8 and 8, and then we'll put 1 desert in, and sorry, Hoopo, now is not the time. So, like I said, if the matches turn out super interesting or I just crush people, then I'll go and post them. If not, whatever. If I just get crushed and it's not fun to watch, then we shall see. Or if I lose and something cool happens, I'll post them too. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there were some picks that you would do differently, and I will see y'all next time I see you.